Running a single microservice or application inside a Docker container is quite easy. But in an enterprise environment, we run thousands of interconnected microservices, where a single server crash can trigger a cascading outage. To survive, our architecture demands two imperatives: massive scalability and absolute reliability. We need a system that scales automatically and heals itself in real time. Today, we look at how to scale from a single Docker container to the automated orchestration of Kubernetes, and why managed cloud platforms may be the final piece of the puzzle. Let's take a step back. Before containers, deploying software was a nightmare of dependency conflicts, where code worked perfectly on a developer laptop environment but crashed in production. Docker was basically created to solve this. It packages the application code, runtime, and all system libraries into a standardized immutable artifact called an image. The result is total consistency. If it runs locally, it is guaranteed to run exactly the same way in production. We can easily deploy that Docker image to a production server. That works perfectly for one application. But what if that server crashes? We have to manually log in and restart it. What if traffic spikes and we need to scale from one container to 100 in 60 seconds? We have to manually provision servers and deploy new images. To automate this, we start writing custom scripts, setting up load balancers, and building custom health checks. Very quickly, we are managing a massive mountain of operational overhead just to keep our containers running. We need a platform that manages this complexity for us. Kubernetes was created exactly for this. It is a container orchestrator. We don't tell it how to run things, we just tell it what our desired state is, and it makes it happen. Here is how it works. Kubernetes doesn't run containers directly. It wraps them into pods, which are the smallest deployable units. These pods run on a physical or virtual worker machines called nodes. All these nodes form a cluster, which is managed by the control plane, the brain of the system. If a node fails, the control plane instantly detects that our desired states of, say, 5 running pods has dropped to 3. It immediately schedules 2 new pods on healthy nodes. It automates the scalability and reliability we desperately need. But here is the hard truth. Kubernetes fixes container orchestration, but it introduces its own massive complexity. Managing the control plane, securing the cluster, and handling upgrades is incredibly difficult and quickly becomes an operational burden. That's why many companies rely on hyperscalers to alleviate the operational cost of Kubernetes. Cloud providers offer Kubernetes as a managed service where they manage the underlying system while users keep control over the infrastructure and clusters. Or we can use alternative exclusive fully managed orchestrators like AWS ECS or serverless container platforms like AWS Fargate and Google CloudRun. We just hand the platform a Docker image and it does everything for us: the servers, the security, the scaling, and the reliability. Docker gives us the standardized building blocks. Kubernetes gives us the blueprint to scale them. And managed and serverless cloud platform give us the freedom to focus on the architecture, not the infrastructure. Please hit subscribe to help the channel grow, and let me know in the comments if we should do a deep dive into AWS ECS versus EKS. I'll see you in the next one.